Hey you guys, what is up? It is Christine and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a softer fall makeup tutorial today, and I believe it is finally time to break out these makeup looks. I love this time of year for makeup. I love winter, I love fall, I love the dark lips, I love the dark eye makeup. Everything about it I just love. We're not really like 100% in fall yet. We're kind of dipping our toes in a little bit. So I thought I'd just do a more softer, you know, not as dark lip today, all that kind of stuff. Really quick before I jump into this video, I would love if you hit that big red subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also click that notification bell so you are notified whenever I do upload a video. And without further ado, let's just get right into this fall makeup tutorial. So I think I'm going to start off this look with my eyes, and I'm just using my MAC, my MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre, and I'm just going to use this to prime my eyelids. We are going in with darker colors today, so I do like to do my eyes first just to make sure if there is any fallout or anything like that, it is easily cover-upable with foundation. The palette I'm going to be using today is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and honestly, I know this is a little bit of an older palette, but these colors just kind of scream fall to me. I don't know, I just get so much I just get so much inspiration and so much feels for the fall, if you know what I'm saying. I love this palette all year round, but I typically reach for this way more in the fall. And I'm just going to be taking the lightest shade in the palette and just going to be using this to set down that eyeshadow base that we put down. Okay, the next shade in the palette I'm going with is, I believe it's Peanut Butter and Milk Chocolate, I believe. I'm just going to mix those two together and use that as a transition shade. The next shade I am going in with is just this more darker chocolatey brown, and I'm just going to be putting that on my outer corner of my eye just to deepen this up a little bit. I'm making sure not to bring it up too high like we did with our transition shade, and just to keep it in the outer corner of our eye and just bringing it in a little bit. Okay, the next shade I am going to take is just this more red cranberry color here we have at the bottom. I'm just going to put that on the very, very corners of my eye, bringing it a little bit onto the lid. Next thing we're going to do is going to take this dark chocolate here at the very top. This is the darkest shade in the palette. We're just going to use that, taking our pencil brush and just going to keep that on the very, very outer corners of our eye. And this is where you want to keep the darkest color. And I bring this a little bit onto my lash line as well to give it a more soft effect. Going back in with the first brush that we use, we're just going to use this with no extra product and just use this to blend all of these colors together. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take this white chocolate color, the first color that we used to set our lid, and mix it with this pinky champagne color. And we're just going to keep that on the inner third of our eye. I'm using this brush that we used earlier, and I'm just going to use that to softly blend between those two colors. Okay, we are all done for the eyeshadow for now, and I'm just using my NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to use this to line my lashes. And I'm just using it to line my upper lash line. Well, apparently I'm out of lash glue today. So if you have lash glue, you can go on and put on some false lashes if that is what you like to do. But unfortunately, mascara will just have to do today. And I'm just using my Kevin Aucoin eyelash curler, my Stila huge mascara, and my Jordana Best Lash Extreme mascara. Now that our eyes are all done, I'm going to be moving on to the face, and I'm just taking my Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. I really love this primer. It does such a great job at smoothing over any pores or fine lines or anything like that, and it's just a really good base for your makeup. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is my all-time favorite foundation. It just gives such a beautiful finish on the skin, and I think especially during the fall season, I love it even more. It's just not too drying, it's not too shiny, it's not too matte. It is literally just the perfect finish of foundation, and I love that. And I always end up putting way too much. And I'm just going to be taking my Dampened Beauty Blender. And blending this all in. For concealer, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I guess not recently, but I fell in love with this concealer, and it's honestly been the only concealer I've been using for the past few months, and I just can't stop using it. Okay, and to set that concealer, I'm just going to be using the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Give it a shake. I picked this up in my recent Sephora haul, and it is such an amazing setting powder. I use this either all over my face, and I use this to set under my eyes, and it is just amazing. You can even bake with this powder. It just does everything, basically. Okay, and since we are heading into the colder months and for fall and winter, I don't like to set the rest of my face with powder because I do have typically normal skin, but it does tend to go dry heading towards the colder months. So I usually use whatever is left on my beauty blender and just kind of go around to set my entire face. But again, I don't like using that much powder because I don't want to be crusty and old and flaky. So the next thing I'm going to do is just my brows because honestly I can't really see them at the moment, so we're going to fill them in. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe, and also the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush, I believe is what it's called. And our brows are on. And I look like a normal human being now. Okay, the next thing I'm taking is my Physicians Formula. Oh my lord. I can't talk. The next thing I'm going to be taking is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is just in the shade Bronzer, and I'm just going to be using this to bronze up my face. Next thing I'm going to be taking is my Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I'm just going to be using this to slightly contour. Nothing too crazy. I just want a little bit of, I just want a little bit of definition here. Okay, and for blush, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush Palette. Now, this was limited edition over the holidays last year, but I love these colors, and I believe you can get them sold separately. So I'm going to be taking a shade of Fetching and Prim and just going to be mixing those two together and applying those to my cheeks. I don't know, there's just something about blush. I just feel like it brings so much like life back to your face. I love it. Oh, and I know the BIB sale is coming up soon and all of the holiday collections are dropping. So I think Tarte I think they do one every year, but I'm not sure. But if they do, I highly recommend picking up their blush palettes because they're amazing and such at an affordable price. And I mean, you get 5 in 1. That's awesome. Okay, for highlight, I'm going to be taking the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in the shade 01. Now, I love these highlighters, especially for the fall and winter time because they're so much more natural and almost looks like you're radiating from within. I don't know, I just really like it for the fall and winter time because obviously I still want to be glowing, but I don't want that like intense summer glow. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I think you do. Okay, going back in with our Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I'm just going to be taking those deeper shades that we used on the outer corner. I'm trying to find the brush, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to be taking the darker shades that I use on my outer half of my eye, and I'm just going to be putting them on my lower lash line. Okay, and I'm just going to be taking my mascara again and just putting that on my lower lashes. And of course, a fall makeup tutorial wouldn't be complete without a darker lip, right? Right. I'm just taking my NYX lip liner in the shade Peakaboo Neutral, and I'm just going to use this to line my lips. Which one? If you haven't already checked out these Sephora collection lip stains, I highly recommend checking them up. They're amazing. They feel really comfortable on the lips. They last such a long time. And I feel like liquid lipsticks are a must-have in the fall time because we're drinking our hot chocolate and our pumpkin spice lattes, and we don't want our lipstick moving around, do we? I don't. So liquid lipsticks are my favorite in the fall, so I highly recommend picking them up. And today I'm going to be using the shade 13. Should we do both? Should we do a little combo action? A little ombre action going on here? Okay, you guys, this completes this fall makeup tutorial. I didn't want to go too dark today because, you know, it's the beginning of October. We're still dipping our toes into fall, and especially in California, it's, you know, like 80 degrees outside. So we're not even dipping our toes into fall yet. We're like a few steps away from fall, but we'll get there, hopefully. Okay guys, that's everything for this makeup tutorial today. I really hoped you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below because I love interacting with you guys and talking to you guys about makeup and everything like that. So don't forget to leave a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe as well on your way out. And I think that's all I have to say. Okay guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, going back in with our first. Does this ever happen? And obviously you do not use. Okay, one of these days I'll talk. And obviously you do not use. Okay, now that our eyes are done, I'm going to be doing it. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Okay. Okay, for concealer, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using the Hourglass, what is this? The translucent. I can't talk. So I usually use whatever is left off.
I don't know. I mean, I hope it gets easier.
I mean, okay, babe, I love you, but can you call me when you're actually on your way home? Because I'm trying to film. I love you.
Look at you.
Get back.
Anyway.
Chocolate, or sitting by the fireplace with our hot apple cider in our hand. I don't know. What do people drink in the fall time? Real quick before I jump into this video, I really hope you subscribe. But I really hope you enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. What am I saying? They haven't even watched the video yet. Peace! No, maybe that doesn't work as... You know, it's already been taken.